start back up today, Thursday. Week 6 starts. But let's look how we did on week 5. Commanders got absolutely destroyed by the winless Bears. Justin Fields showed that the week against the Broncos was not a fluke, and he put on a masterclass with DJ Moore. Damn. The Bills were jet lagged against the Jags. But what do you expect when the Jags are playing at home? I mean, they had I don't even know. Josh Allen, he wasn't doing it, but Josh Allen was doing his thing on defense. Bad. I move on. The Lions did what they did against the Panthers, who are now the last winless team in the league. The Texans, close game against the Falcons, but they got that Younghoe Koo, and they were able to do their thing and win that game in the final seconds. The Colts did their thing against the Titans. Anthony Richardson is out for the next 4 games because he's running around too much, and it makes no sense because, they got Zach Moss and they paid Jonathan Taylor, and they got a good receiving core. Get well soon. The Dolphins, honestly speaking, I'm surprised they didn't blow out the Giants, but, Tua throwing a pick 6 and all that didn't help matters. Daniel Jones is hurt, so he's day to day. But, yeah, the Giants beating the Dolphins I didn't see, and the Dolphins did their thing. Achan is out for the next 4 weeks or 4 games, so that sucks. But Mostert's up. The Saints absolutely shut out the Patriots. Bill Belichick, I know he's fuming. I don't know if he misses the Tom Brady days, but to not get a field goal in there is ridiculous. The Saints did their thing, though. And, yeah. Now the Patriots are becoming irrelevant. As they should. Mac Jones is trash. This game was infuriating to watch. 7 or 8 drop passes by the Ravens receivers, and 3 of which were touchdowns. That can't happen. That can't happen. But the worst part about it that irks me is that, as usual, the media did their thing and painted the picture that Lamar Jackson isn't that good, despite overwhelming evidence and clips and highlights that shows Lamar Jackson did his thing. They want to use the interception and fumble at the end of the game against them, but if the receivers don't drop the passes, that game's a blowout. The Steelers didn't move the ball at all until the 4th quarter. Even if you get the block punt for a safety, that game should have been over in the first half. That's how bad the receivers for the Ravens were. And now the worst part about it is that a lot of people think the Steelers are going to be that team, but they're still the same offense. I'm moving on because that game still pisses me off. I'm moving on. The Eagles did their thing against the Rams, although Cooper Kupp came back with Puka Nacua and they did their thing. That was crazy. Of course, the Bengals, they do their thing against a team that, not a lot of people had a lot of, hopes for. But, yeah, that was bad. Although the Cardinals did score more points than I thought they would. I'm just surprised it took the Bengals until week 6 to actually get an offense going. The Jets did their thing against the Broncos. It wasn't a pretty game, but they did their thing. Brees and Bryce Hall got their touchdowns. And the Broncos aren't looking too good. That division, that AFC West division, is never gonna be it's never gonna be won by another team. The Chiefs own that division. Speaking of, the Chiefs got bailed out by the refs again for the 2nd week in a row, because that was pass interference or defensive holding if you want to use Sauce Gardner's as a comparison. But pick up the flag even though you threw it. You didn't even have to call pass interference. You could call defensive holding, which it was. It's the same thing, but that happened with Sauce Gardner when the Chiefs played the Jets and the Mahomes threw an interception. But you threw the flag before the ball landed on the ground. You threw the flag before the ball landed. And that's the thing and then you didn't penalize the defender for taking his helmet off in the field of play. So yeah, it's pretty much if the Chiefs are going to be against a team that puts up points, they're going to win because they're not going to allow the Chiefs to lose. There people will say, "Oh, the Chiefs are one of the most penalized teams in the league this season." I'm gonna say this: when are these penalties called, and who has the lead, or what is the difference in score? Because you want to say the Chiefs are the most penalized team, especially in the fourth quarter, but who has the lead in the fourth quarter? How close is the game? How much time is left on the clock? I believe the Vikings could have tied it up, but we'll never know. And the Cowboys, they got absolutely destroyed by the 49ers. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. The Raiders did their thing against the Packers. A lot of people want to move on from Jordan Love, and they're just moving on off too quick. We'll see what happens. As we move to week 6, tonight we have the Broncos and the Chiefs. You already know. The Chiefs aren't going to lose another game. They're not going to. They won't. It won't be allowed. Sorry, Broncos. For another game this season, I think it would be the 16th game you will lose to the Chiefs. We go off to London, and I'm pretty sure the Ravens are going to look on offense, especially the pass catchers, are going to look to bounce back. The Ravens defense has been shutting down the run well this season. They're not allowing a lot of points, and they're doing their thing. I look to see this game be an absolute revenge against to their performance last week. The Commanders versus the Falcons. I got the Falcons. I don't know. I don't see the Commanders being able to stop the receiving. That secondary was absolute garbage. So I'm gonna pick the Falcons on this, and I'm gonna pick the Bears. Justin Jefferson is out for the next 4 games. Yeah, you got KJ Osborne and I think Jordan Addison is his name. But the Bears, man, they look to be on an offensive. They got that spark, and they got to win after it. Yeah, let's go with the Bears. This game, I want to say the Seahawks, but unfortunately, DK Metcalf started talking trash about Jamar Chase and Witherspoon for the Seahawks, so it's gonna be the Bengals. It's going to be. I'm just gonna pick the Bengals and just move on. The 49ers are gonna beat the Browns, who are coming off their bye week. I don't even know why this is. I'm glad it's a 1 o'clock game, not prime time. Dolphins are not gonna lose to the Panthers unless Tua decides to throw pick 6 3 times in that game. I don't see it happening. Now this should be a game. Gardner Minshew did play well against the Ravens, somewhat, but I think the Jags got their stride. So I picked the Jags on this. Although I will say I'm not liking the fact that they had to play each other so soon in the season. I think they played each other week 1. I forgot who won that game. Actually, I can just look. Week 1, it was the Jags that won. So I expect a sweep between the two teams. Jags get this one. Then we got the Saints and the Texans. The Saints did play well against the Patriots, but Mac Jones is trash. CJ Stroud is not. So I got Stroud picking up the win to make them even. Speaking of the Patriots, I got the Raiders beating the Patriots. Max Crosby is gonna feast. Devontae Adams is gonna go off, or whoever else is on that receiving core. Yeah, Patriots. Yeah, fade into oblivion. The Lions versus the Buccaneers. Now the Bucs, I think, are coming off a bye week as well. Baker Mayfield has been looking good, but I got the Lions getting this win. I think Campbell, the coach Campbell, has it going for the Lions. Jared Goff is doing his thing with his unit, although I think Jamar Gibbs is not available and David Montgomery's playing. which brings up the question, why'd you draft a running back in the first round? But let's move on from that. The Cardinals have been playing well, but now with Cup back, I don't see them beating the Rams. So I got the Rams for this game. The Eagles play the Jets, and while that Eagles secondary is doing a good job, I'm gonna pick the Eagles to stay 6-0. With same with the 49ers. And we know the Bills. Well, I don't know why the Giants are prime time again. Hopefully, we never see them on prime time again, but they probably will. They'll probably flex it. The Bills are gonna destroy the Giants. Tyrod Taylor is not gonna do it. Even though the Bills are losing players defensively, I think they'll be okay. Although I'm gonna laugh my butt off if they lose, they probably won't. And then the Cowboys play the Chargers. Cowboys going up against the Chargers, who have a coach who likes to put his team in unfavorable situations when they don't need to be. As much as I want to pick the Cowboys, they let me down. So I'm picking the Chargers. Yeah, I expect Staley to put the Chargers in a bad position again Monday night. I don't think it will matter. So I'll just put like 47 points and move on from there. So those are my picks. I'm sitting at a good 48-30. Although compared to other people, I'm probably worst off. Yeah, I'm not even close. You got some people that are 60-18. Yeah, I'm not catching up to that. But I think I'm doing pretty well this season. A few games that I wish didn't happen. The only games I see that can possibly trip me up this week is the Broncos if they somehow make up a win. If that happens, I don't even know what to think. Last time the Ravens were in London, it was not a good experience. And the fact that they play so early, man, this is really... Hopefully they keep the same energy. They did get to London earlier in the week, so they could acclimate to the time. So, hope for the best. The Commanders might do something. I don't see the Vikings doing anything. The Seahawks could pull off a win. I'll be thankful for it, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't see the Browns doing jack. I don't see the Panthers doing jack. The Colts could, but that only depends on the Jags. The Saints could do something that could flip. I don't see the Patriots doing jack. The Buccaneers could do something. The Cardinals could upset somehow. The Jets, it's only if Jalen Hurts plays bad. Giants ain't doing shit. And the Cowboys, maybe, if Staley chokes them. Chokes the Chargers. But those are my picks. I'm locked in. That's good luck, everybody.